those machines to sync the audio. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. At the time of this recording is the 21st of April, Wednesday the 21st of April, and yesterday, Tuesday 20th of April, the Apple event 2021, the first of I believe 2 events, was yesterday, and a lot of things have been announced. So I want to give you my thoughts and what I'm looking forward to hopefully try on in the near future. So let's get right to it. Yesterday's Apple event was great. I managed to watch it. It was my first Apple event I watched on YouTube and it was awesome. We saw some great cinematic shots, some amazing transitions, and we saw some great announcements on the Apple events. Like we saw the AirTags that have been kind of like on social media, they've been leaked for months. It just was the matter of when they're going to happen. A refresh on the Apple TV 4K. What else? A new color for the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 12 mini. But the 2 big ones and the ones I'm going to cover today because of the 2 that probably I see a lot more. I feel like I'm going to use them more, and I feel like if I have the money I will probably buy both of them. Is the brand new redesigned iMac and the new iPad Pro, both of them with the M1 chips. So let's start with the iMac. The iMac had a well needed refresh. So new colors, new chip, new audio, new mic, new camera, a brand new display, but still the same ugly best. Well, let's get into the nice part of the iMac. So it's a 24-inch display instead of the 21.5 like we previously had. It's only 11.5 millimeters thick, or let's put it millimeters thin, because it's really like paper thin. It's probably the thickness of 2 iPhone 12 put together. Like literally, that's how thin it is. It does come with 4 USB-C ports, 2 of them being Thunderbolt, that allows you for faster transfer data and to pretty much just get those high speeds transfers to your iMac. Obviously it claims to have better speakers, better camera, but that's something that we can take Apple's word for it, but we're gonna have to wait to test it out and actually see in the real world, see if the speakers are actually good and see if the camera actually looks good. So that's gonna be something that we're gonna have to wait and test it ourselves. So with this new M1 chip, obviously the new MacBooks like the MacBook Pro and the MacBook Air, they both have M1 chips and they got put to the test, and I saw a lot of people and they seem to be going really fast with great battery life. So I'm expecting this iMac, even if you get the base level iMac, to be still pretty fast with the new M1 chip, and obviously with all the optimized apps for M1, this should be pretty fast. It claims to be 3 times faster with graphic design and like rendering and all that kind of stuff, but like I said, we can take Apple's word for it. We're gonna have to put it to the test and kind of see how it plays out in the real world. So this iMac, so the iMacs, they retail for 3 different prices. So you got $12.99, $14.99, and then $16.99. The $12.99 only comes in 4 colors, and it only comes with 2 USB-C ports, which both of them are Thunderbolts. That's the only down thing. The $14.99 is the one that comes on all 7 colors, and you have your 4 USB-C ports, and then 2 of them being your fast transfer Thunderbolt ports. And then the $16.99 is pretty much the same 4 USB-C ports, but 512 gigs of SSD. There are 2 things with this iMac that gets me. One in a good way and one in a bad way. The good way, the design is awesome. It looks beautiful. It looks really minimal. It's probably something that I would like to have on my desktop and I would like to see every single day. And the other thing that catches my attention in a bad way is the chin. Why do you have to keep that massive chin at the bottom? Like really, I was expecting a display thin and minimal like the Pro Display XDR, that pretty much it doesn't have any bezels, it's just a full-on display. That should have been the case. I would have taken actually a thicker display, so not being as thin, but then being pretty much a full-on display instead of taking the thickness for that big chin. It's probably smaller than the previous iMac, but there's still a chin. I don't get it. Now let's get into the iPad Pro. And this one was a bit of a surprise. I know there were a lot of leaks and a lot of reports about being a new iPad Pro, but I wasn't really expecting it. Why? Because Apple is so far ahead compared to everyone else in the tablet industry. So they're definitely the leading experts when it comes to tablets. But they still did it. They still came out with a brand new iPad Pro for the 11-inch and the 12.9-inch, both of them with the M1 chip, which, like I said, come in kind of like with all the performance that we've seen from the MacBook Pros and the MacBook Air and the Mac Mini. We should expect the iPad Pro to be pretty solid, although it's already a solid machine previous to the M1 chip. Apart from the M1 chip, the iPad Pro comes in with 5G connection, which is going to be great, and I think it's going to change the way of people choosing between a tablet and a laptop, especially with the iPad Pro being so powerful. I think a lot of people are going to start using it more, especially having the 5G connection. It's pretty much having a laptop with a Wi-Fi connection pretty much anywhere you go, and even really fast connection if you have a 5G tower close to you. Apart from the M1 chip and the 5G connection, the 12.9-inch iPad Pro got a big upgrade on the display. So now it has a Liquid Retina XDR display, which will allow you to create HDR work, and it will allow you to consume HDR content, which is huge, knowing that the iPhone right now can shoot HDR up to 60 frames per second. It's kind of nice. It's quite nice to have it, and I'm sure that's where we're heading, to have more HDR content coming to either YouTube or whatever other media. So these two iPads, you can now pretty much configure them up to 2 terabytes, so the 11-inch and the 12.9-inch, which 2 terabytes is a lot of storage for a tablet. So that's going to be interesting. But like I said, if you need it, that's where they are, which is amazing, because if you think about it, 2 terabytes, it's a significant amount. And I think, like I previously mentioned, having extra storage might change the way of people choosing a iPad Pro instead of a laptop, which might help, kind of like it helps travel probably a little bit easier as well, having more storage in a smaller units like the iPad Pro. Because the 12.9-inch iPad Pro is quite big, but if you choose the 11-inch, you still get the M1 chip, you still get all the high performance, and you can get it up to 2 terabytes, which is amazing. So the 11-inch iPad Pro will start at $749, and the 12.9-inch will start at $999. This is in British pounds, which I think is pretty much similar to the previous iPad Pros without the M1 chip. So which is great, because then they still both had a great upgrade, especially on the camera section. So might as well get it now if you're gonna get it, or wait a little bit longer. You may want to wait for people to review it and people to have a play on it to make sure it actually is up to standard. But I think it's going to be great. I can't wait to get my hands on it. And that is all I wanted to cover. There isn't anything else I wanted to cover. So I know obviously there's the AirTags. You get the brand new color on the iPhone 12 and iPhone 12 mini. You got brand new design for the Apple Podcast, redesign and kind of like updates on the Apple TV, and obviously the big one, the brand new iMacs and the brand new iPad Pro, both of them with the M1 chip. Hopefully I can get my hands onto one of those devices. If I have any friends out there that are buying some of the devices, I'll hopefully get to steal it from them just for a week so I can try it and review it for you guys. So hopefully, yeah, fingers crossed. But anyways, that's it for another video. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you're enjoying these tech videos. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, because it will really help me keep growing the channel. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you're notified next time a video comes out. But other than that, have a great day, have a great week, and I'll see you guys on the very next video. See ya, bye. Bye.